One, two, three. I like that. The crowd keeps getting bigger every week.
I know, it's amazing.
I
It's
think
because you're not dancing.
I'm gonna dance.
Oh.
I think it's because Wes Litt is teaching.
I think so too. Everybody's excited for Wes.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
this week is on our perspective. What is our perspective?
We are a training, coaching, and consulting technology company creating the culture and community where entrepreneurs thrive. We are so excited to be in business with you guys. And Gary Keller from the stage at Family Reunion said, we are a technology and a systems company. So we're here to resource you as you chose to be in business with us. So where you can thrive is here at Keller Williams. So excited about that.
And one of the ways you can do that is through our strategic alliances we have with all of our partners. Partners, we have a lot today, so if you can say your stuff in 20 seconds or less, that'd be great. We'll start with Garrett.
Great. First, all right, I'm Garrett. I'm with Meridian Title. Really quickly, on March 26th, we're doing a summer kickoff customer appreciation event at 4x4 there in Nixa. So from 5 to 10, come have food, drinks, prizes, all that kind of stuff on us. Love to see you there. You can find more information. Should have got an email about it. You can RSVP if you'd like. Also, quick shout out to the Fresh Faces event last night. It's awesome to meet some people that we haven't seen so far, get to know some people. So if you haven't done one of those yet, you're new, they're really great. So
Or if you're old.
do what?
Or if you're old, come to it also.
That also, yeah, do that as well. So cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I know a couple weeks ago I mentioned USDA on manufactured homes taking effect, but they actually pushed that back until March now. So just keep that in mind. Another thing on that, those homes have to be 20 years old or less. So if you do have a person interested in that, just make sure you keep that in mind. Rates have come down a little bit, so more options for your buyers. Thanks.
Kevin.
Here, Kevin Kohler, Allstate Insurance, helping provide property casualty needs. Coming up on March 18th, we actually have a 10% 10% rate cut on our auto products. So for bundling with homes, the bundling usually saves hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the home product. So a great opportunity to work with clients and get some great prices.
Still engaged?
We're still clearing contingencies.
Okay, great.
Morning, everybody. Bryant Young, by the way. Insures the Ozarks, friendly local insurance agents. We have an 11% decrease coming. And I am completely not serious.
This one goes to 11.
Yeah, exactly. Let's turn it up to 11. I did have the cops come by my house this week and say that my dog was out chasing kids on their bike, or chasing kids on a bike, and I was kind of weirded out by that because my dog doesn't own a bike.
Almost thought that would get away. Derek.
All right, Derek Cheney, homeown expert with Mid-Missouri Bank. Yeah, as you guys know, spring has sprung. It has been popping these last couple of weeks. It's been crazy busy. Rates have been coming down a little bit too. We were actually able to get a couple of USDA deals under 6%. So we haven't seen anything in the 5s for quite some time. So if you have anybody that's looking to buy in those USDA areas, let me know.
And is it Jeff? Jeff's next, yes.
Hey, Jeff Johnson, U Mortgage. We are in the middle of U Mortgage Madness right now, big sales activity contest at our place. So I set some flyers out. We've got some virtual trainings coming up the next 3 Thursdays. Todd Reed is going to be at our place on the 26th. Appraisals 101. Bring a basket of tomatoes if you can find them. And there's also a March Madness bracket contest on that sheet. So we'd like to see you guys in it. Have a good month.
Sweet. Jess.
Hello, everyone. Yes, last night the event was wonderful. Got to see a lot of new faces. Jess Bowman Insurance Group, we're an independent brokerage. We have several different carriers to help you guys out. So anything we can do to help you guys get the deal closed as far as insurance goes, we are here to help.
Christina.
Hi, Christina Ferrante with 417 Home Loans. I'm your lending lady for life. I've got a new teammate, Caleb Thomas, so he'll be around. He's just take him to coffee, let him take you to coffee. And also I bought a brand new car and I haven't had one in 10 years. And I actually was able to know that the commissions I got last year just from Keller paid for my brand new car.
Wow.
It's the car that Keller built, so thank you guys. Is it red color? It should have been red, it's black, it's a little Bronco Sport.
You said blue, you're out of the.
Not that too, Dan.
All right, did I miss anybody? Yes, I'm sorry.
Hey guys, Parker Owens with Legal Land Title. It is my first time here. So I would love to meet a bunch of people and take someone out to lunch after this. So come say hi afterward.
And you can go in Christina's car. Anybody else we missed anywhere? Okay, we're one of the few companies where strategic partners come in to see us every week. Make sure you take advantage of that. Visit with them afterwards. If you don't know what USDA is, ask one of them what that is and how you can help your clients. All this is to help you do one more sale a year or a month or a week or whatever you want. They're here to help you. They're wonderful, so keep that in mind. Also, we have culture each week, and last week Paulina was the winner.
Thank you. And Paulina recently closed a deal with this agent, and it was very challenging transaction. This agent was so extremely sweet, calm and collected throughout the entire transaction that Paulina truly believed she was a big reason why we made it to the finish line. She was always solution oriented, and even when presented with multiple bumps in the road, she could handle everything so gracefully. I could really tell how much she cares about her clients and that she's a true real estate professional. She deserves this award. Help me in celebrating Sarah Winfield.
Sarah is online, is that correct? If not, we will text her.
She is online.
Save the texting. All right. Congratulations, Sarah. So you get to keep the traveling trophy for 1 week, and you get to keep the little one for a lifetime, and you can choose somebody next week who you think is an outstanding exemplary model of culture. Oh, I heard Google going. All right. Wait.
Tell me something. Tell me that you like it.
All right. All right, do us something good. Time to brag on yourself.
I capped this week.
Yeah.
No.
Ring the bell, make sure Nicole is nearby because she hates it.
Okay.
Is Tawny in the room? Okay, you want to share her big win?
Tawny got her most expensive under contract, so highest price point. $650.
How much?
$650.
Sweet.
We had another one before you.
Amy.
No, before Amy. Oh. Is anybody else at Red Day Committee with me that had to tell me something? Yes, Noah. Thank you. I'm like, no, I know, I just couldn't see you.
Me and Tamara actually just closed out our biggest listing, personal, single family wise, so it's 1.1 million.
Yes, what's your big, tell me something good?
It was a really good weekend. I got an amazing duplex listing that's gonna be fabulous. You're all gonna love it, and 3 buyers under contract. So
Something good to tell them about opportunities for them to engage their sphere.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
come on.
yes. Okay, so I just want to chat for a second about Keller Closet because it is coming up like at the end of the month, and I really, really need everybody's support. So first of all, who in this room likes to shop? Who in this room has a wife that likes to shop?
Oh, I don't have one.
You guys are all lying.
I am a wife that likes to shop.
Yes, okay. What we need is we need commitments for Friday night, the 28th. Because we're only selling 100 tickets to the advanced shop, sip and see event. We want to keep agent centric for Keller Closet. So we're going to get a ton of really, really good donations. From 4 to 8 on Friday night is the exclusive ticketed event. It'll be $25 to get in. But if you're a shopper, there's going to be really high end stuff. Like I'm talking White House Black Market, Lululemon, there's some name brand purses.
Yeah.
And so $25 to get into the event. You also get champagne and charcuterie for the evening as well. So
Definitely.
we'll have goodies. It's sponsored by Legal Land Title, but we need commitments for these tickets in advance. So we need to know that we have 100 sold out. If you want to plan a nice little micro event for your sphere, you're like, oh, I'm not planning big events this year and I can't afford to do a big event. You could invite a group of 10 friends to come shop with you. And you could commit to 10 tickets.
So you can come that night if an agent invites you?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Exactly. So as long as the tickets are bought, it doesn't have to be, but an agent needs to bring you that night because we're not gonna have a ton of security in the building, if that makes sense. So you could
Just
create a
me.
little, yes, a little,
Right.
hey, we're gonna do a girls' night out or a guys' night out. We're gonna go shop. Christina?
Agent to invite me, because I wanna go, so, okay.
You come with me, girl. Yes, so we need that, and then we need the donations, obviously. Between now and the 25th, if you have anything that you're getting rid of, women's, men's, kids' clothes, please bring it in, at least laundered and stain-free and rip-free, and then we will take care of all the heavy lifting for the rest of it. If it's pre-hung, great, we'd love you forever, but if not, we're gonna order, we'll do whatever we need to do.
Are you guys taking shoes?
Yes, shoes, nice shoes, purses, bags, jewelry, and then
And
all
men's
the,
clothes.
and all the clothing. So, I mean, this entire place is gonna be set up like a very high-end boutique. So,
Thank
anyway,
you.
that's
Woo-hoo, give
it.
it up for Red Day commitments, we're growing. We haven't even made it to bowling night or Red Day. So this is just our sponsorships and our commitments. We wanted to let you know if you're an agent in the room and you want to do a donation, you are also welcome to do that. And we have a sponsorship package specifically for you.
You wanna see how high this is? We've already raised, it looks like $24,000
Wow.
out of 35. We do, we do Red Day bigger than most KW places do, which is pretty amazing because everybody does it big. We are bigger.
And we're helping Dynamic Strides, which is an incredible organization that desperately not only needs your donations, but they need your support in getting the word out about this incredible organization. Not a lot of people, maybe even in this room, know what Dynamic Strides is, and we want to be the voice and the advocate for them. So, Mike, did you have something good happen?
Are there any other, tell me something good's out here? Here comes the good one. This is Hayes Allen Hawkins. Grandma and Grandpa are doing well. I've tried to kidnap him, take him to Silver Dollar City on Thursday when they opened. They said not yet. So we're already planning our first Disney trips, but he's up in Blue Springs area and he's doing great and he loves Grandpa.
Awesome. Congrats, Mike.
Your
First grandchild on either side, so.
That's gonna be right.
Yeah. He's so spoiled already. So, and the other, tell me something good. Lee Skiles, 20 years. with Keller.
Wow.
So we are so thrilled and honored that Lee's been here this long. Just so you know, the first sales meeting of April, we recognize everybody that hits the 5-year, 10, 15, and 20 mark. So we'll be letting you know who all qualifies for that. It was something we started last year and Lee's an amazing person. Usually he's here. I think he had something else going today, but Lee, if you're listening, we are so proud of you
I love
and
you.
look forward to another 20 years with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, and the final thing.
Huge.
So recruiting Keller Williams wide and growth is a big thing that's going on. There are 4 different categories and we're in group 3, which is market center size 251 to 500. So far this year, we've brought in 14 new agents. We are tied for 6th place across the country.
Yeah.
Another exciting thing, this is profit share, all the market centers around the country. We're at number 30 with $36,574 shared back to our agents this year so far.
Back to you.
Now, some of you ask, how do these like Atlanta have 120,000? Their MLS has a share back system to all their brokerages there. So that's why all these Georgia ones are so much higher. I keep trying to get that put in place here, but that's a little hard to do. But gang, you all are doing amazing stuff, not only for Springfield, but nationwide. You even got shouted out on what's called the growth call, which is the nationwide leadership call yesterday because of how much you're doing. So just realize everything you're doing is being watched around the country. All right,
We have
Megan or
in the
Haley?
background.
Megan, what you got?
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan with Onward. We are currently offering transaction coordinating for under contract to close, as well as pre-listing to when it goes live on the market. We also offer sign and lockbox running, social media, so we do marketing with newsletters, and Katya also has like a social media package. And then we did bring back closing baskets, and you guys have sold out almost all of them, so we'll have fresh baskets upstairs this week.
Great.
So if somebody doesn't know, what is sign and lockbox running?
What'd you say?
What is sign and lockbox running?
So we'll take a sign box or a sign or lockbox or both out to a property for you, put it on the door if need be. And then we can also pick them up for you.
So that's one more piece of leverage where you don't have to make a dry run across town. You can hire it out so you can stay on your winning the morning, winning the day item. So keep that in mind. Great job. 3 things you should know. Number 1, there is a brand new Keller Williams community. There's all kinds of communities like Sheldon's in sports and entertainment. There's a golf community now. There's all kinds of things. There's now one for distressed properties because they think that's going to become a thing in about a year and a half. So if you're interested, or if you've done these before, that is a nationwide community you can join. We'll have some info on that. They just announced it yesterday, so it's brand new. But just realize there are some distressed properties. That means REOs, real estate owned properties, foreclosures, short sales. Those are different creatures. If you've never done one, you need to have some help. My first short sale only took 18 months to get it done. So there's nothing short about the short sale except the money coming in. So if you're interested in those, there's a new community you can get part of and maybe have referrals around the country. Item number 2.
Awards. So who's coming to awards banquet this week? Raise your hand. We are so excited to honor your hard work from last year. So please join us March 14th at 6 p.m. at the Old Glass Case Place. Nicole, anything they need to know? Are there RSVPs still available?
Yep, there is still space available. Just please let me know if you are not going to be able to attend. That would be awesome. I know things come up the same week. Today is the last day to vote for superlatives. So please, please, please vote. I just put the link in the chat along with the link to RSVP, but we can't wait to see you. Doors open at 6. Please try to get there as close to 6 as possible so that we can get rocking and rolling, have dinner, and then enjoy an amazing night celebrating all of you.
Yes.
And it's always a fun night. The superlatives, we need more votes on those. And don't just do the ones that have a drop-down menu like on Who Taught for the Year. There's all kinds of different things to choose from. We want to recognize as many people as possible.
Absolutely.
Number 3, level up your presentations with family reunion vision slides. Is Jason in here?
I thought he was. Okay, that's all right. Jason Massengale, our very own.
Yeah, he'll be going through the highlights of the vision slides from family reunion. That is March 13th at 10 a.m. in here. It's open to anybody. Anyone that needs to know the market and what's going on, invite them, whether they're another agent, anybody from any industry related to real estate, bring them in here. That's going to help you know how to talk to your clients.
Love it.
Everything else you got in your emails. So if you don't get them, oh well, you don't know. March is going on. We have several classes this week, contracts. I would go through a contract class every year because they change all the time. So make sure you're doing that. Don and Jim both have one Wednesday. The thing with Jason, then command basics with Dan Turkel, then wealth building, then awards. It's a busy week. We have
I was just gonna say, wealth building is also a great opportunity for you to invite somebody. We've had numerous guests over the last couple of weeks. I know Colton's not with us, but sometimes he does an incredible job at that ask, but you do too. I mean, you never know who's in your sphere that needs that's maybe looking for a rental property or to expand their growth or their legacy with their families. This is a great opportunity for you just to invite them, and we can host them if you're busy and that kind of thing. We'd love to have them in this room because that information is valuable. And almost every agent I meet with, whether Keller Williams or not, they're looking for an investment arm. They're looking for other ways to create income, to create opportunities for their family. Why not bring them to our wealth building here?
Absolutely. And let's welcome our new people for the month. Shane Harvey, KJ Muse, Lacey Quayle, Bobby Miller, Dylan Stretch, Nate Reynolds, Robert Pitts, John Busone, Kelly Fry, Trinette Jones, Hannah Branson, Brady Wells, Mark Young, Chastity McKay, Blaine Hauschel. Give them a round of applause. Another person joined this afternoon. There are constantly people coming to our Keller Williams family, so we're happy we're growing.
That's right.
Also, everybody grab your phone. No, don't. But you don't need to make sure when you do grab your phone, you're doing it legally. And we got a note in our thing the other day. How many of you have used Forewarn already? The safety app. Any cold call that we have come in, like off of a sign, we run it through that. But do not use Forewarn for lead generation. Okay? Somebody was doing that apparently, not here, but it was sent out through the ambassador saying, remember, this is for your safety. This is not to creep on X's. This is not for, use it the way it's supposed to be. Don't get yourself in trouble. Yes.
Did you see Maria's post in our group also?
Yes.
So if you're texting, if you're doing mass texts, if somebody says delete and report junk about you more than once, you'll lose your phone number. What? Your iPhone. If you're on an iPhone and your clients hit delete and report junk, and it happens once, you can get it fixed. It happens a second time, she said you lose your phone number. It's just, I guess she just experienced this, so.
Interesting.
Like, don't be using your personal line to do mass texting.
Yeah.
Oh, if only there was a thing like Command that had a Twilio phone number that could do that for you. Check with Nicole on a Command class, she can tell you how to do that. All right, we have one of the top coaches in the whole area, and this is the coaching moment. Please welcome Shanna.
Okay.
All right, so as I was trying to figure out what is the most important thing that we could talk about today would be taking listings, yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Mike, what is the percentage on, from MREA, listing versus buy side?
Percentage meaning,
How many listings versus how many buyers you're gonna take in a year?
50-50?
60-40.
I'm so close.
Should I ask Wes? Wes knows.
You'll be signing up for coaching.
Yes, thank you. That was all I needed today, and that's why you should come to coaching. No, building a listing-based business on purpose, right? So I'm not saying buyers aren't great. Buyers are my absolute favorite. I love them. But when we are building our business, we should be listing focused. Does anybody know why?
Better.
I heard a lot of answers. What, better? They're better? Yeah, they're better. They're better. Better time management, better market share. What you got, sir?
Listings work 24/7, where buyers only work in your car.
Well, there's something. We got Jack, Denise, what do you got?
Because what you focus on expands.
Oh! Give it to the old PC for that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I am very, very big on being a listing-based business because when you list a house property properly, you should then get a buyer in return, right? Ideally. Okay, so we're still gonna hit that mark and get those buyers, but if we focus towards the sellers, focus on those listings, you get your time back, you get more money in your pocket, you get market share, which gives you mind share. So all these things are super, super crucial. So I found this cute little one pager. Go ahead and click me up. The focus, the fundamental belief would be that listings are the business. Listings drive the business, right? And that everything we do is in support of finding more listings. So if you can believe that and understand that, then all of it will come. It's no different than when, say, you're marketing to your avatar, right? Like your ideal client, your perfect person. When you market to that one, it all comes, right? But when I try to be everything to everybody and I market to the masses, I'm not going to get anybody. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Right. Okay, so the system, because nothing works without a system, right? One, make every ad and marketing piece about helping sellers. Your choice, right? We're gonna give you the best practices, but it's your choice to take it to the next level. Number two, make your listing carefree. Be prepared to do all the work. Be carefree. So what you're saying is that consumers want easy, right? They want it to be easy to work with you. And if anybody missed from, what was that, CEO Summit, was it Jay Bear? Who was the tequila guy with the plaid? He was fantastic. His big takeaway, his big thing that I heard him say was to be quick, clear, and kind.
Yep.
If you can be quick, clear, and kind, then taking a listing with you should be easy, right? Make it simple. The next focus would be if you're going to build a stream, my gosh, I haven't had coffee yet. If you're going to build a team, make it a strong listing focused team, right? So hire right, have them shadow, and they must live within your culture. And then the final thing is to farm. Anybody in here farmers? Okay, anybody farming neighborhoods? How about that? Okay, I got a few. All right. When you're farming a neighborhood, you have to be involved. You cannot just live there, right? So choose where you want to start. Something small, maybe in your own backyard. Who lives in a house? I hope everybody, right? If you don't, you need help, I know someone. Start there and work your way around. Be involved in the community and actually love what you're doing. And get to hold events, right? So what's a fun farming event that you could hold? Bring an ice cream guy around, right? Sparklers for 4th of July. What do you say?
Taco truck.
Taco truck, right? million different ideas. So start farming. That is all I have for you today. Go take a look.
Jim Dunn, anything?
All I've got is I'm teaching HUD at 11 tomorrow, not at noon.
Teaching HUD?
HUD home, yeah. Mike's talking about foreclosures and stuff coming down the road. I think we're gonna see more of the HUD properties as well. I've had a bunch of calls from you guys on that recently. So I'll do that at 11 tomorrow, and if you're here, I'll make sure that you're registered and set up and ready to go.
Awesome.
Oh, we've got a contract class tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We'll do that, and also, listings work 24/7, I just want to remind you.
They do, because people get online and shop and they're looking all
2 in
night
the
long.
morning, that's when you get the emails.
Yeah. Okay, numbers for the week. Almost everything went up again. Listings are jumping like crazy. Look compared to last week. We had 468 compared to 365 on SOMO in general. And if we compare to last year, we're ahead of last year's pace. So last year, again, was a little bit different, was we did the transition from the crazy season, but all numbers are going up. Closings are always a little down on the first week of the month. That's normal. But almost everywhere, listings are up, contracts are up. They went slightly down in north. I think it was 19 last month. Or last week, 23, so it was a little bit lower than that. And number of active listings, we jumped a lot. We went up to 1,872. Last year, there were 500 less listings the same week. So if you're a buyer, you have more things to choose from. We're back around to like 2019, 2018 versions or levels there. So there's a lot of houses to choose from compared to the last year. Okay, sales meetings each week. Our goal is to give you a way to sell one more home. That's our goal for the year. If we can help every one of you sell one more home, what does that mean to you? One more a year, one more a month, one more to yourself. All of our training is to help you do that. And so we've gone through 3 sections of the 36-12-3. The biggest thing of it is, how do you convert all the things you've learned? So we've brought a master teacher up today. Please welcome Wes Litton.
Master is a stretch, Mike.
I know, you put your face on.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he's running away already.
Hey, Dan Holt's calling me, that's weird.
Why do you already have your phone, Wes?
Well, I have to time myself or else I'll talk for about an hour and a half.
Here's the clicker.
Thanks, sir. Get out of your way. Love it. All right, friends, how many of you guys like not selling homes?
No.
How many of you guys like making cold calls and no one answers? Yeah, we've all been there. Sales is no fun if it doesn't actually turn into a paycheck. Can we agree? Yeah, that car doesn't drive as nicely if it's, 10 years old and, 2-ball tires. So everything we do inside of real estate sales is entirely geared around converting a lead. So today we're going to talk about the different areas that we have to focus in on our conversion. So there's actually 4 places where we're going to focus on lead conversion. So this isn't just like you got a call, how do you fix it? This is a process, and we're actually lead generating and lead converting all the way through the sales cycle. We're going to talk about just some basic kind of, customer handling techniques or behavior understandings. And then I'm gonna give you 10 quick tips to maybe help you convert a little bit better. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right. So this is ripped off of 36-12-3, and then I condensed it a bunch so that we didn't have to talk for a long time. Is that fair? Good. We're gonna get you out of here and get some food. I'm already 1 minute in and we're on the first introduction slide. All right. Here's our 4 conversion points. The best part about lead conversion is once you get the hang of it, it's a little bit easier. That's kind of hard for you guys to see, isn't it? I'll read it to you. The first is click to lead. So it's not always click. Is that fair? Sometimes it's a referral text message. Sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes you're at an open house and someone walks in. The idea is this is a not yet met person that's becoming a lead. Can someone define what a lead is for me? It's up there, I think, but go ahead.
A name, a phone number, when they're
Yeah.
gonna transact within the next 12 months, or is it 24 months later?
There you go.
Email address.
I love it. So Mark really cued in on they're going to transact at some point, right? So the difference between maybe just a contact and a lead is intent. So that's what we see here. So we're gonna focus on the conversion point from name and number to a potential buyer, seller, or investor, right? How many of you guys, if you got a phone call today and they said, hey, I wanna list my house in the next 24 months,
you'd be like, yeah, just call me in 24 hours. Not at all, right? We want to focus on converting that lead. So we're going to put it into that conversion process. Now that might take a while. We're going to nurture it. And then we're going to say, all right, here's conversion point number 2. We're taking that from a lead. So name, contact information with some version of expressed interest to an appointment, right? How many of you guys love it when you get a listing appointment booked? Yeah. Oh, it feels so good when you finally get that lead you've been nurturing to appointment. So they've expressed this interest, right? And now they've actually booked it. You're going to go meet them. So a couple pro tips on this one. Number 1, listings always meet at the property, right? I think it's the best thing ever because as Gary Keller talked about on stage at Family Reunion, I think, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, 84% of sellers chose the first agent they met with at the house. So think about that. 84%. Your battle is actually not what you say at the table, it's that you got to the table. So that's a really important one there. Buy sides, we're always going to book those in office. Okay. We're not doing this whole, I'll meet you at the house thing. We're not doing that, right? We're getting strategy sessions, buyer consultations in office. 2 reasons for that. Number 1, if they're serious, they're going to meet with you, right? If they're not serious, they're probably not going to meet with you. So it's just a weeding out process. You don't have to waste your time. Let's go 3 reasons. Number 2 would be safety. So you don't have to rely on the Forewarn app to meet some random Zillow lead at a house, right? They get to come here to our office. You meet in the conference room where it's safe and there's people around you. And then the last piece is pre-qualification. How many of you guys have ever shown a house to someone who's not ready to buy it? 1, just Dan. I know where you guys live. You're all lying to me. All right. Then we're going to move appointment to client. This is a huge conversion piece. And this is also the conversion piece that most people spend a ton of time with and they focus on. They get these fancy listing presentations and really all they need to do is ask for the appointment. Is that fair? If 84% sign with the first agent they meet, it's really not about what you're saying. It's about you asking for that business. So we've gone from an appointment met to a committed, motivated, qualified seller, buyer, investor. Okay. The last piece of conversion in our pipeline here is going from client to closing. You're like, wait, Wes, you signed them. What does that mean? Like, what are you converting at that point? Well, have you guys ever had contracts fall through? I am the king. Jim knows I am the king of contract fall through. I think I dropped 13 contracts last month. It was super fun. Yeah, it was fantastic. So this idea of conversion along the sales cycle is super important. Extreme communication, high customer service, setting expectations through the inspection and appraisal and financing systems, right? You guys understand the process. These are our 4 key areas of conversion. Now, most of our conversations about conversion is, we've had like prospecting, we've had marketing, we've had pre-qualification. Really what we're trying to say here is it's not just a single conversation with a person, right? It's an ongoing conversation with the person. When we're selling, we're not selling them one time. We're continuing to communicate in an effective manner to bring them to a conclusion. Is that fair? They trust us to do that really well. And the people that do the most business are the people that communicate really effectively along this conversion cycle. Okay, so how do we do that? We've got 3 areas we focus on. And these kind of go down that pipeline stage sales cycle. But right away, we're going to go pre-qualification. Who can give me a pre-qual definition? Anybody? I know our lenders can. Lenders, what's a pre-qualification? In your world or mine, whatever.
Getting the information from the client and getting documentation from them to verify that information.
Perfect.
Also, be ready, willing, and able.
Yeah. I like it. So in the lending world, we're super comfortable with this world. Like it means they can actually afford a house, kind of basic. However, in our sales world, we kind of tend to skip this step. We get excited that our phone rang. We get excited that an appointment was set. What we have to do is qualify. And that qualification comes through those 3 phases: ready, willing, and able. All right, we're going to talk through those. Ready means like they kind of have their life together enough to meet with you and are like, we want to do it, right? Willing is when the contract's put in front of them, they are willing to sign, right? And then able actually speaks to the financial ability of the person, right? Are they able to transact this home? Are they able to purchase a home? So we're looking for ready, willing, and able in the pre-qualification. How many of you guys have set an appointment with someone who's totally not ready at all? And you've gone on that appointment, you've met with them, and you're like, I just wasted an hour and a half. Anybody? Yeah, okay, I'm not alone, I love that. On the flip side, I had a listing appointment on Saturday that called me. I didn't remember them, past clients, good job, Wes, falling through the cracks, my fault. But they were like, hey, we're separating, we need to sell now. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't really have to pre-qualify them very much. They had to get rid of that house, right? So pre-qualification is going to look different for different people. What I'm really looking for is their ability to transact within the year period, right? I'm typically not meeting face-to-face if they're not moving in a year or they're not really wanting to. But the only way I can find that out is through asking effective questions, okay? So let's say we've pre-qualified them, we've gone on the appointment, we've met them. Now we're in the sales process where we've got a signed client. We're really gonna focus on building rapport with that client. What does that mean? It means we're really, really effective in communicating our value to them, but not in like a, hey, I sell a lot of homes, hey, I'm the best agent kind of way. In the service way. That makes sense? So I'm not gonna show them the awards. I'm gonna show them why we earned an award. Is that fair? So high levels of communication, clear processes that they can follow and they can understand. I'm gonna pick on Brent for a second here, because Brent with Gershman had a wonderful system. Like literally every time there was a milestone hit in their transaction, there's instant communication going out. I know a lot of lenders have it. I'm picking on Brent because he's sitting right there. But that same thing needs to be built into your business. What are the values you're bringing them? And then how are we continuing to remind them of those values? I know it sounds kind of funky, but that's how we build rapport. Another way to build rapport is simply to get to know the person. Is that fair? So many times we go on appointments, we talk about the house, we talk about what they want to do, but we never really get to know them. You know, why is Brent wanting to sell? What's going on in Brent's life? What does Brent do for work? What does he do for fun? Does he have children? Does he not have children? Right? What is his personality, his personal type, those kinds of things. That's going to lead into number 3 is behavioral styles. Have you guys ever heard of a DISC assessment? Okay. How many of you guys would say you're a high D? Statistically, a couple of you are lying, right? There's only like 2% of the entire population that's actually D dominant in the DISC. Most people are I dominant, right? So if they say they're D dominant, they're mostly I dominant. So that would be me. I'm I and then D. What's important is frameworks like that allow people to understand you and allows you to understand how you like to interact with people. Now, I'm not saying we should like personality stereotype people, but you should totally personality. Okay? So you guys remember the like, I don't even know what it's called. It was like, I'm like a 6 or I'm a type 7 Enneagram. Oh gosh. My wife got, so is this recorded?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna phrase this differently, I don't know.
You love your wife.
She's the best, seriously, amazing. So she also loved telling me what type I was and why I was acting the way I was based on that test. Is that fair?
Yeah.
She's not wrong, she was right, but it annoyed the crap out of me, okay? One thing though that I took from it was her ability to see me and kind of understand why I work the way I work and how to communicate with me was crazy cool, right? I don't really hold that very well. Like I'm more like, hey, press here, sign hard, let's go, yay. If I could slow down a little bit and really understand who I'm dealing with, that's gonna lead to much greater conversion. All right, and you guys can do that through all kinds of systems, right? If you're hiring, the KPA process, oh my gosh, best test in the entire world, KPA. If it's just a client or a lead, maybe you can ask some questions inside of your appointments that really are more behavioral stuff. How would you like to be communicated with, right? Some people want all the details, other people just want the facts. Where do you land on that spectrum? I always ask the question on my listing appointments. I can go through this point by point, or I can hit the highlights. What would you prefer? Right? If they say, well, let's walk through it all. I'm like, okay, I know who I'm dealing with. They're gonna read those loan docs at the closing table. You guys know what I'm talking about? The marathon closings that take 2.5 hours because the old guy didn't like the way you spelled some word. Yeah, that's fun. What I'm really looking for is what should my future interactions look like with this person? And I should be prepared in my weekly and ongoing follow-up with them to have time cut out for important conversations if they're really detail-oriented. If they're very direct, quick communicators, like I prefer, just send me a text. Hey, we're good, inspection scheduled Tuesday, you can go if you want to, if so, let me know, thanks, right? Or it's, hello, how are you today? Oh my gosh, how's the dog, right? Those are very different conversations. Those behavioral styles will really help you earn that rapport, but also earn future business. And that's kind of what this is about, right? We're converting that customer, but we're also converting their sphere. So every interaction you're thinking, I want this business and I want their sphere's business. Okay, we're moving on. I know I'm running out of time here. Oh, we're actually on time. This is kind of cool. This never happens. Here's 10 tips for me. I'm going to expand on each one. You guys can tell me I'm an idiot or whatever you want here. Number one, ask for it repeatedly. I probably should have said ask for the close repeatedly here, right? You're not going to get business if you're not asking. Okay, so many of us assume business. Garrett, why are you laughing? Can you tell the class?
I didn't do anything.
Just curious. I do have to be careful with this one. Usually these classes aren't recorded when I actually teach, so. All right, if you're not asking for the close, you're not gonna get it. There's something called the assumed close. Have we ever heard that? Where you enter the appointment and you just kind of are assuming you're gonna get it. You're speaking in terms of already having closed the business. How many of you guys have ever gotten a signature without being like, all right, Shane, if you could please sign here? Like, it doesn't work, okay? So we're always going to be asking for the close. And now it doesn't have to be creepy. It can be something as simple as, if you guys are ready to move forward, so am I. Here's our agreement to work together, right? You can frame these things up in a way that are a lot softer. And it's not just list with me, sign here. How many of you guys have taken Old Bold? Not the new Bold. The new Bold's like kind of trendy and cool. The Old Bold, Diana Kokoska. Yeah, pulled my kids around in a wagon. How many times are we supposed to ask for a close in a listing appointment? Do you guys remember this one? Yeah, she had a minimum recommendation. It was 10. Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm no Diana Kokoska, right? I'm like, she kind of scared me. But 10 closes was her recommendation. So if we're not asking once, how can we actually expect to get that business, right? Here's one that if I'm talking about conversion, we're talking about our overall cycle. When I have a listing on the market and it's not selling, what should I be asking for? A listing cancellation, right? No. Yeah, listing cancellation. Okay. Here's why. If you're gonna hold overpriced listings on the market that are absolutely dead in the water, does it make you look good? Now, it's not all about looks. Let's take it a step further. Is it actually driving leads into your business or is it driving costs? Okay, you as a marketer should be spending money to advertising your listings, right? So I tell my clients, we run Facebook ads over your listings, and we actually do. So I know a basic 3-bedroom, 2-bath house has a cost to it if we can sell it within 30 days. And that includes Facebook marketing and Google marketing, right? You guys might run Facebook ads on listings or take time doing open houses, that kind of thing. What's the actual cost of being on Market Extended? So my conversations are, I want to pick on Brent again because you're right here. Brent, thank you so much for choosing me to list your house. Unfortunately, we haven't had the traffic we've wanted. We probably need to consider either a large price reduction or pulling your house off the market. Right? Brent wants to sell. So when I say, hey, we need to pull your house off the market, he's going, what are you talking about, pull my house off the market? So it gives him one alternative, and that's a price reduction, right? So we have to ask consistently for price reductions, for cancellations, to get business moving. I know some of you guys are like, you're crazy, Wes. No one chooses cancellation in that conversation, in case we're wondering. Very few times do they say, yeah, let's cancel it. No one really does that. They'll go toward the price reduction conversation. All right, number 2, be an expert in solving their problem. I love this one. We experience the problem of not enough business. Is that fair? That's typically our largest problem, is a dry pipeline. Our businesses are all sales. So I need to be an expert, not in solving my problem, but an expert in solving their problems. Each buyer, seller, investor has a need. It's my job to find them and to solve that need. Okay. Now, expert's a fun word because I don't really think anyone in this room is an expert. Maybe Jim, Don, you guys might qualify. Vendors, I don't know. Good luck. I couldn't tell you. At the end of the day, no one's truly looking for the word expert. They're looking for the word professional. Is that fair? Now, when I say an expert in solving their problem, sometimes that looks like, we're like Inspector Clouseau. Sometimes we stumble around in the dark to fall into whatever their actual motivation is. So what we need to focus more on is figuring out their actual motivation and what are the solutions available to them as a consumer. All right. Number 3, be confident in yourself and of course your abilities, right? Now, here's what this doesn't say. This does not say be confident in your skills, right? There's a big difference between being able to do something and being very skilled in doing something. We tend to judge ourselves based on our skill levels. How much do I know? How much experience do I have? Yada, yada, yada. You guys don't know, there's a lot of training here, and we'll talk about that in a second. We've also got fantastic brokers. You guys have my cell phone number, it's on the MLS, you can find it, right? There's tons of people that will help you here. What you need to be confident in is your ability to figure it out, right? A lack of self-confidence will come through on the telephone. My favorite phrase, even to this day, is I don't know, I'll find out, right? I'm allowed to tell people I don't know. I'm not an appraiser, but I can call one, right? We can figure it out. All right, have a practiced conversation ready. Have you guys ever heard of scripts and role play? I kind of hate those words, if I'm being honest, mostly because of Diana Kokoska. I mean, you guys, okay, OG Keller Williams, the thumb drive that they gave you to plug in and listen to in your car, do you remember that? Or the CDs, anybody? CD? Oh my gosh.
CD players anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. We've gone a long way. We've out technology Diana Kokoska. It's amazing. All right, practice conversations. I like this idea more. In our business, we tend to run into the same situations kind of over and over. It's just a different person we're having a conversation with and some nuanced, environment of that conversation. So what I like to do is I like to pre-plan those things. So if I know I'm going into an appointment, I'm going to research, and think about what that conversation could or should look like. I'm going to think about what those objections could or might look like. And I'm going to plan and practice those things, right? Now, after a while, you've done so many appointments, you're pretty well practiced. Fair enough, okay? At the same time, there's plenty of opportunities to script practice, role play. Go to the New Bold, right? The New Bold's pretty legit. Shanna's program as well can help facilitate this. So please practice. Listen to be heard. Ooh, I like this one a lot. This one's one of my favorites, and it's probably the one thing that's kept me married, is listening so that when I speak, I get heard. Is that fair? So a lot of times I will hear, but I won't listen. I need to be listening to my customers. I really want to seek their motivation. That way, when I start applying those solutions, they actually hear them. If someone feels like they're not heard with you, they're very unlikely to use you or refer you. It's so crazy. They're not actually here because you sold the house the fastest. They're here because they have a personal connection to you. All right, I ran out of time, but we're gonna keep going. Communicate in person when you can. Just general rule of thumb, when applicable and important, try to communicate it in person. If not in person, DM them. No, I'm kidding. Phone calls, right? Phone calls, voice. So communicate in person when you can. This is why we always push for an appointment in person, either at the office or at the house, right? So many times I've taken listings over the phone or out of state or something like that, and it's just a pain in the butt. There's no way to really get around it. It's just hard. I have one seller right now, he's local, he works a full-time job. I've never met him. We just talked and texted a ton. And man, he doesn't really trust me. I don't totally trust him. It's kind of like this weird transactional relationship. Things are okay, but it's different than the person that I've sat down with, really communicated with, shaking their hand, looked them in the eyes, yada, yada. All right, seek win-win solutions. This one's pretty basic. I think you guys get this. Our job is to find things that create wins in people's lives. Not, hey, take this offer, it's your only one, goodbye. All right. Respond quickly to everyone. This isn't always easy, but it's important, right? How many of you guys have left a client's text message unread on purpose? Yeah, okay, that's fair. Like, that's a normal thing to do. Do you guys leave it unread so that you remember to go back and read it? Yeah, okay. How many of you guys have read a client text message and then totally forgotten about it? Yeah, I'm so good at that. It's crazy. Every day when I start my day, I'll actually this is bad because I need better habits around this, but I'll wake up in bed and I'll flip through my text messages from the last day and scroll through and be like, ooh, I need to mark that one unread so I remember, you know? Because I'll read things, start typing a response, get a phone call, whatever it might be. So respond quickly to everyone as you can. Important piece about this is, again, going toward that building rapport, one of the key pieces of conversion. All right, come from contribution. This is a huge one. And we kind of talked about being an expert in solving their problem. Coming from contribution also mirrors this. So it's a KWism. You guys understand it very well. Other places I've taught this and it seems kind of foreign. So in a lot of markets, it's not very cooperative, right? There'll be some broker animosity, have variable commissions. We don't really deal with that, but there's some places like where I grew up, where if Keller Williams sells Keller Williams, they get full comp, but if Keller Williams sells a competitor, they don't, right? Some pretty interesting stuff that can happen in the market. Our job is to seek the solution to the client's problem, even if at times it comes at a cost to us. All right, the last one, be prepared and train. What you guys are doing here is fantastic. Like this market center is incredible. I think Dan could probably speak to this better than anyone, but anytime I visit other market centers or when I travel, I usually stop in. I'm consistently like, oh, I would not be here. Like this office sucks. Okay, Destin, Florida office, oh, rough.
Recorded.
Yeah, that's fine. Let them know. Get better, Destin. The reality is you guys have so much opportunity here. Not only to train and practice those things, but to also have resourced people who can help you on appointments. So if you have a challenging investor, if you have a really difficult luxury listing, if you're trying to figure out this commercial situation, there are people and places that you can plug in that can completely resource you. Now, that being said, stir all these in a big pot, you'll be really good. If I'm going to conclude on one note, this is what it's going to be. The number one best way at becoming a better lead converter is to convert more leads. Wow. Pretty wise, right? Pretty wise. Have you guys ever read the book Winning by Tim Grover? Okay, if you haven't read Winning, write that down. It was written by the guy that trained one-on-one Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Okay, they were pretty good. I don't know if you guys know. Pretty amazing. We got jokes, I'm holding them in, but those guys were amazing. One of the fascinating pieces about that book isn't the fact that they practiced, because every other NBA player practiced. It was how they practiced, right? So I would encourage you guys that yes, we can script practice and role play. Yes, we can fake phone calls with one another. We can fake listing appointments with one another. But the best way to do it is to pick up the dang phone and call people. And if you look at my schedule on a weekly basis, or you look at our team schedule, every Tuesday, we're calling new leads. Every single Tuesday, people we don't know, they're not in our pipelines. It's just basically a version of cold calling. Now they're TCPA compliant cold calls, blah, blah, blah. But we're calling them. And then every Thursday, we have dedicated time to just pipeline follow-ups, right? Now, across the remaining days, we're still lead generating. We're still booking times with people to meet in appointments. We're door knocking, we're holding open houses. We're doing all of those raw activities. And if you want to know why, it's actually so that we can be better lead converters when we have a hot opportunity, right? So the reason I'm picking up the phone and calling cold leads 10 years into a career is because number one, I might convert one, so that's cool. But number two, I get way better practiced in my conversations with people who are really more willing and able. Is that fair? Okay, so the best way to convert is to convert more. I'm done. Mike, you're up.
That was awesome. What's the best way to convert more leads?
Convert more leads.
Anybody else had a big aha takeaway from that? It was awesome. Or Shanna's coaching moment, our brokers, any big takeaways from today? Okay, well, we're very excited for the awards banquet this weekend. I took a lot away. I know we're all just processing it. It was really good. So we have the awards banquet this Friday. You don't want to miss it. See somebody next to you and take them to lunch.
All right, have a great day.
Bye.